is going on, friends and fam? We're here, as usual, Tuesday night, day 918 in a row, and we're gonna get down, just like we do every night, so subscribe and ding the bell. I'll see you in a minute.
When the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Hey. Time to stop the hate. Stop the hate. Let's stop the hate. Hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop the hate.
You guys ready? It's the craziest day of the week. Tuesday, it's Mark Pires. It's day 918.
I was walking
And it's Renaissance Man, the daily variety show. Geez, I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. Am I ever? I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 918 in a row of the Renaissance Man show, and we're going to get into it just like we do every single day. And man, am I so excited to just get in here with you guys and share where we are. I've come across about 3 or 4 pieces of music that have been on my phone for a couple weeks. I played them in the show, wrote them, and we never dropped them because maybe another song came out that night. So that's the issue. It's kind of a crux where we'll write a piece of music, but usually the night we write a piece of music, like I'm feeling something that night, and we write 2 or 3 songs, and it's hard for me to release, 3 songs the next day, so I'm going to stagger them. And for example, tomorrow we already have a premiere lined up. I'm going to give you guys the link right now so you can get yourselves over there and just click the bell, because if you click the bell tomorrow, it will notify you a half hour before it goes live. This song, we're going to watch it right now together. I'm giving you a sneak preview again. Hold on a minute. Are you kidding me? I gotta check something out over here. Did they really? I can't figure out what's going on with YouTube except for the fact that they hate this show for some reason. But let's just go over this for a second. Let's figure out why we would get a warning and no monetization opportunity for tonight's show. It's limited availability. Let's see. So what did I say in tonight's show that puts me into the limited availability column? Where, we may not be able to allow any advertisers to be involved with the Renaissance Man show tonight. So let's see. The title of tonight's performance. Live Songwriting and Original Comedy Series Reviews. Day 918 in a row. Holy cow. We better make sure that no ads are able to be broadcast on that platform. Ooh, stepping over the line with that one. Live Songwriting and Original Comedy Series Reviews. Ooh, let's put that one in the no-go pile. We don't want anybody going there. No ads. It's too risque, the content. Their advertisers don't really gel with that show because it's like over the line. Everything they do there over the line. Let's give it a yellow. Give me a freaking yellow? That's the 3rd time this week they've given me a yellow, and I never ever have gotten I've never sworn on this show in 918 days. Every time that I ask them to request a review, I get a green. These pieces of garbage continue to mess with my show after 918 days of clean comedy and live songwriting. YouTube, go pound sand. We're here every day. You want to try to stop people from advertising on my show? Nobody's here anyway because you guys block them. And you want to get the advertisers not be able to see it? Pathetic. I'm just going to keep writing songs. I'm going to keep coming up with comedies. You guys want to censor comedy? Clean comedy? It's not even political. I don't do politics anymore, you boneheads. Get off my back. Cannot stand you, YouTube. Unbelievable. I need this. I need a woohoo right now because of YouTube. I can't stand them. Give me that woohoo. Woohoo! Thank you, Matt Zabrowski. Man, do I need that. I am just so frustrated with this freaking platform. What am I doing on YouTube? They censor me more than, it's just ridiculous. I'm getting yellow strike things here before the show even starts for saying live songwriting and comedy series reviews. Ooh, that's so let's make sure we put that one in the not so sure pile. You freaking 918 days of greens. I've never ever done anything that they've needed to go red or yellow on. But let's just keep going yellow on him before he starts this show because of the titles. Live songwriting and original comedy series reviews. What are you yellow striking, YouTube? Oh, maybe it's because I did a goggle moderator bit the other day. I didn't even say your names. I called you Goggles, you morons. Oh, I can't stand YouTube. Trovo. You know what? I have myself, Dagger, I've got myself on Trovo. Maybe you guys can head over there and check out Trovo and give me a follow over there because I am fine with bailing on this terrible platform. You can't grow here. They shut the show down, so why do I even stay here on YouTube? It's ridiculous. They continue to make it as difficult as possible for me to broadcast my show, my clean comedy show and live songwriting show, an inspiration show, and positivity coming together connecting show. Yeah, that's not good for advertisers. What do you want for advertising? Oh, you want to give them the stuff where it's like murderers and pillaging and like people on the streets doing like nefarious things. Is that where you put your advertisers? Like, I don't even understand you. You got a clean comedy and music platform and you're going to make it impossible for anybody in the world to find it? And then just make sure advertisers can't even advertise in the program because you're jerks? I don't know. Pablo, how are you, my friend? And not to mention, Pablo's over on Facebook. It's even worse on Facebook. I'm Zuckerchooched over on Facebook. You see, if you go over to Facebook and you look at my shows, I've been live for 918 days in a row, and you'll see 4 views, 3 views for a 3-hour show, 2 hours and 14 minutes. We had Future Mark in, Time Traveler, here from the future, telling you about future. And Zuckerchooch is Zuckerchooching them? It's crazy to me. I'm going to show you something right now. This is something that's going to be premiering tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. I hope you guys will join me during that live because I'm in the chat at 2 o'clock tomorrow during this. I don't have an appointment. That's why I set it up for 2 o'clock. And this song right here, I got to tell you guys, I don't know. We're on to something right now. And this song right here, it may be the best thing I've ever written. It's crazy to me. Every time I write a song, I'm like, this is the best song I've ever written. But they're all getting better and better. I don't know what to do, guys. And nobody knows about them. So anyway, let's see if you guys enjoy this. Am I getting some volume here? Oh. All right, so guys, you heard the instrumental of this the other day. This is the full version. And I'm in love with this song. strength deep inside you. And when you're faced with a challenge, it's up to you if you want to step up and destroy. I believe in you. I believe in you. You got the strength. You got the strength of a lion. Once you find it, and you broadcast it to the world, and share some piece of your soul. It goes against the grain, goes against what they're saying. But you know I'm right, so let's go. Let's go form a huge crowd in the middle of the field, and we're smiling into the stars. It's clear as can be. We can see all across the galaxy. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, this moment we got goes by like quicksand, and we're slipping down, slipping down. Can't hold myself up. Gravity's got me now. There's no getting out. I'll keep trying. I'll keep clawing, keep kicking my feet, and I won't go down. No, I'm gonna find a way out, yo. I won't let go. I won't fall down low. No, 'cause we've got work to do right here. Right here, right now, right now. So, will you join me? Oh, in the promised land. Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. No matter how bad it gets, you got what it takes to keep on going and take on all that test. I know you can do it. Yeah, I know you got it in you. Oh, yes, I believe in you. I believe in you. 'Cause I promise you one thing. just fade away, just disappear like that sand on the ground. So take this moment right here. Have no fear, but just give it your all. Give it your all, and your all is good enough for me. Should be good enough for you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh yeah, I cannot wait, guys. Holy cow. Tomorrow, premiering that at 2 p.m., so please join me. I put the link in there. Frank Bertone, my friend, I'm so glad you're on Facebook. Thank you so much. I'm about to play you another few if you could stick around. I'd love for you to head over to YouTube. I put the link over there. It's straggling tonight. Hopefully people will start heading out and joining us soon. But I do have a couple of new songs from the 7th album of the year that I just want to hear. Man, I got to tell you, I don't know. I don't know if there is a favorite, to be honest. Today I dropped another song. This is what I almost erased, guys. It's crazy that I almost erased this song. I was in the middle of making room for Back to the Future, Mark, because my phone only has like 256 gigabytes. And so by the time I get in there and put, Batmark versus Supermark, I got all these different series, Water World, and then I got all these songs, and that's all I have. All I have on here is content from the show, and at a certain point, every week or two, I get a message that says, you got no more room, dude. You got to erase some stuff. And I'm like, I hate erasing stuff because then I have to go through and figure out what I've already dropped and what's excess, and that's tough. And sometimes I make a mistake. It's happened before where I erase something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm never finding that. I've been on live for 918 days in a row. So if I erase something, I'm not going back to look for it. I'm just telling you, it's just not going to happen. So a great moment will just be lost in history unless somebody else like you finds it and says, holy cow, Mark, please cut this and drop it. And I will. If you ever go through my shows and you hear a song I never dropped for you, and there are probably 200, I only started dropping songs again maybe like 8 months ago. Before that, it was a period of time where I was playing every day, but I wasn't dropping music. So there's some great live improvisations. Probably roughly a year ago, for about 3-4 months, there was a period if somebody wanted to spend the time and go into the comment section and say, holy cow, you created a new song at 11 minutes and 15 seconds, or 2 hours and whatever, you wrote this new song. Can you go and cut it out and drop it for us? Let me know. I'll go and pull every song you find. But there's 3 that I have not dropped from the last 3 weeks that I cannot believe I wrote and I never dropped for you. I almost erased this one right here. This was from, I think, I don't even know what day. I'm going to play it for you, though. This one's a powerful song, guys. I may have to jam out and do something on it. I don't know. Beat seat. Oh, why am I still looking at this? Holy cow, sorry. Check this out. I'm looking at the camera thinking you guys can see me, but I had my other thing going over there. So, there's the link. Check this out, okay? I'm going to put on this clip right here, and the bottom line, I just did that. The bottom line is another powerful song. And here's the thing, I'm liking the new subtitle thing because then you guys actually get to see my lyrics. And it's something when you actually sit down and write songs and you have someone look at your lyrics, but the fact that I'm thinking of this stuff in real time, and then you get to read what's going on and what I'm tying together and connecting in the moment is, I think, pretty cool. Because I've had a few people say, oh, wow, that sounds really cool. I just don't, I can't make out the words, like, clearly. I don't know exactly what you're saying, but it sounds good. Well, now, it's like a karaoke version. Going forward, every single one of my songs, I'll have this, just like you saw on the last. Hold on a minute. Oh, guys. All right, so you ready for some fire? I'm digging on this whole, picking some sort of topic and just rambling on it. Check it out. The shade, the fruit grows against the odds. You're supposed to get some most of the day. Everyone says you're going to wither and die, but you keep on growing. Stronger day by day. Sometimes we feel lucky, and sometimes we're against it all. Take a picture, write down your words in a book, make a movie, and catalog your moment. But you're limited on time. You are limited on time. Strings attached, everybody's holding back, and nobody wants to let it all out. But we all must
find a way to get along before it's all over. Before it's all gone. So escape your dark past, leave it all behind, and dig down, dig deep within yourself. I know you got it, because this world is trying to hold you and me down. I see it all around me. I see it in their faces, I see it in them, I hear it in the lies, I see it in their eyes. Can't get it past me, no. Can't get it past you either, no, no. They think we're so dumb, or we're sitting there in a box trying to figure our way out. I'm talking about the light that's growing right here. There's a light growing. It's getting brighter each day, and soon enough the world can join and pray in a new way, and not about anything but the truth of it all. We're running out of time before it all falls down. Go and tell someone you know. Say the things, let them know that we've been here sending love and light to them. Whether they know it or not, they've been getting it. Day, night, no, 7 in a row, getting down every night, gotta flow. No, you can't stop the light, no. Writing songs every day, where the moment takes me. And I'm not gonna stop, no, no, I'm just gonna let it grow. Gonna let it fester inside my mind, gonna dig deeper this time. You don't know what you gotta say till you start saying it. I'm gonna clown you, yeah. Gonna take you down when the time is right, 'cause you know we won't go down without a fight. We won't go down without a fight. Take a ride down the street one day. You see the world around me changing so rapidly. And that's the lies of the insecurities of a selfish world.
Sleep tight tonight. Waiting alone in the dark room. Where's the light? Switch on the walls. I've been feeling wrong for hours, but I can't find it anywhere. Is there a string hanging down from the ceiling somewhere so I can see your face again? I'm sure it's beautiful. But I can't see a thing at night in the dark room. No, there's no windows in here. I don't know how long it's been since I've been in here, and I'm hoping someone gets here soon because I'm losing my mind. I'm screaming all the time, no one hears me. It's a crazy existence right now. You can't say a thing 'cause no one hears you anyway. They're walking by. People walk by. Some people see what's going on and don't care. Some others don't know what's going on. They got their heads in the grass and they can't see the thing. No, the world's spinning around and they're just sitting there, twiddling their thumbs. Giorgio Tsoukalos. Look at that freaking head of hair. That was just a couple weeks ago, guys. I had a head of hair like that. I was here, I was like mopping it out, and I was like, we're doing Giorgio. We got to do Giorgio. We're getting close to Giorgio status again. In summertime, your hair grows quickly. This is what happens. Future mark. You were future marked just now. Yesterday, we had such an awesome episode of Future Mark because we took a new perspective, a new angle. The angle was that Future Mark is going to alert you of past events. That's right. Oh, didn't know? Hold on. There's one I'm going to alert you of right now. I just took a black hole in. Just had a couple minutes. I knew the Renaissance Man was here. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to take over. Going to come here and share a future past fact. 1963. Just so you know. You got to be ready so you know. A president gets assassinated. It's the worst. Everybody goes crazy. People crying in schools and streets. It's terrible. It happens in the streets, in his car, and it didn't happen the way they said. I can't tell you what happened. They're going to all disclosed in the 2034 dossier. I told you about the dossier. You got to wait for it. They talk about how it happened. But it's 4 people, just letting you know. Now, 4 people involved. And anyway, that's very sad, it's a tragedy. But, look, you're going to have to go back in time in order to check it out. And then you'll say, yeah, Future Mark was right. Because I know that's not something you guys are, in tune to. No, that's like a really rare future past fact. Future marked. I love zinging you guys. Oh, I hit you with a fact, and you're like, oh, he's the real Future Mark. I'm here from the future, just laying it out for you. 1865, they have this thing called the Emancipation Proclamation. You didn't know about it? It was 1863. sometimes I have a hard time because I continue to prove myself to you guys. And then it's like, oh, well, tell us something else. We still don't believe. Okay, I got one for you. 1942. The crazy one. There's a baseball player named Joe DiMaggio. He has a 57-game hitting streak. Super marked. Future marked. Future marked. You didn't know. And now you know. There's going to be a 57-game hitting streak. Oh, everybody's like, you know what? Hank Aaron's home run record will never be beaten. I got news for you. Future mark cast. Barry Bonds. Yeah, his head's almost as big as Ben Affleck's by the time he does it. But he does it. He's hitting them out of the friggin' atmosphere. I think a couple of them went into the stratosphere. They're like, oh no, he did it naturally. Yeah. Okay. Did you see the size of his head? Literally, there was a few pictures where he took it next to Affleck, and it was like almost when you see the sun next to Pluto, and you're like, wow, it's starting to, like, you could see how like 50,000, Barry Bonds, steroid inflamed heads could make up one Affleck. And that's what happened. And you got it, but still, like, when I had his rookie card, 87 Fleer, I'm like, oh, cool, I got a Barry Bonds 87 Fleer Pirates card, right? And he didn't look like that. His head was half the size. And, all of a sudden he had a watermelon head when he was hitting home runs out of, the state. He's like, oh, I hit one out of the region. You're like, what do you mean the region? You mean like this part of the park? No, he's like, no, literally out of the region, out of, you'd say, the district in where you're from. I call it the town. Some people say, actually, out of the zip code. Yeah, that's what he's doing, Barry Bonds. But you guys had no idea. You're still thinking, Hank Aaron. There's a whole period of time where it's all about, it's a different type of thing where they, now they're doing it, those people, but the one back then, they were doing it to moose their heads up and be able to hit home runs. A couple of them did it. But, yeah, you guys thought that it was straight up going to be Hank Aaron forever. Because, no, at first you're probably like, I think that Babe Ruth. And then you were around, I think, when it was taken over by Hank Aaron. But now you're like, Hank Aaron forever. Guys, time machine it. Go back. Oh, Future Mark was right. Keep doing it. I keep just delivering truth, facts, events. One more. This one, you guys are going to be like, Future Mark, thank you so much. They had an issue, getting ships, from like the Atlantic to the Pacific to the Atlantic. It's a crazy thing. They created this thing called the Panama Canal. I know I'm blowing your minds right now. This thing, the Panama Canal, it allows them to cut shipping times down by like days. Yeah, seriously. You're like, no way, Future Mark. Are you kidding me? You're going to be able to cut down days? Yeah, right. Okay, Magellan. No, Future Mark. And by the way, it's Mark Jellin. I mean, seriously, you're going to call me? It's Mark Jellin. I was Mark Jellin. You guys are like, oh, Future Mark. But don't you understand? I am a time traveler. I've been around history. You guys look in the book and you're like, Magellan. That's because you didn't understand the dialect when they were saying it. They were saying Mark Jellin. You guys missed it. I mean, history missed it, really, is what happened. Oh, Magellan. No, Mark Jellin. I got kind of annoyed by that. I showed up, so I was like, well, hold on a minute. Who's this Magellan guy? You mean Mark Jellin? They're taking away all of my amazing journeys, and I conquered land. I went around the freaking globe. Mark Jellin. Now we have to find a freaking water scene, and I'm going to be Mark Jellin, by the way. We are traveling the globe as Mark Jellin. It's 1652. 1426, whatever the freak it was. Somebody tell me when Mark Jellin was traveling the globe in his ship. Because that's Mark Jellin. Yeah, no, look. I had the Queen, Princess Elizabeth. She's like, look, Mark Jellin, we need you to go there and find the Indies. I'm like, screw the Indies. I'm doing a world tour with the mic in my hand and my gun is in with the mic in my hand. You know, it was LL Cool J. We're doing it. We're doing it wild. You remember that one, right? Bikini was small, heels were tall. She said she liked the ocean. So we went to the beach. She grabbed me a peach and broke out the suntan lotion. I said, we're going back to Cali. Yeah, I can't believe I just remembered that. Future Mark. Future Mark has an app here. He's able to just very quickly dial in and gather information from the past. Also from the future. I can't tell you everything. You guys want to know everything. If I tell it all to you, time paradox. I told you, I can't time paradox myself. If I time paradox myself, you're not going to have any more Future Mark episodes. Don't you like showing up and hearing about the future and the past? I mean, I don't know. Mark Jellin. Anyway, I mean, that's what I'm here to do. It's just, but how do they take away my, that's my, I should have gotten credit. We just didn't have like proper books back then. And people didn't write. A lot of people didn't write. Mark Jellin did. I mean, I came from 2769. They're like, oh, Mark Jellin, we need to go. I set up a freaking rocket ship underneath my Mark Jellin 101. I had a Mark Jellin 101 ship. It was like my own special model. And I hooked up a couple of rocket boosters in there. They had no idea. Princess Elizabeth was like, yeah, you need to go and find the Indies. I'm like, all right, check it. I'm out of here. World tour with the mic in my hand. You didn't understand that's where I was going? Mark Jellin. That's what I'm meant to do. Continue to explore in the timeline and show up throughout as different people. You were really good at it. Was it Magellan? Magellan? How did that even happen? How did they mess the R and the K there and put a G in? Doesn't even make sense to me. I got to start going through history and remember some of the other ones, Yeah, remember Marco Polo? Yeah. Seriously? Like, hello? It was Mark Opolo. That was me. Opolo was my last name. They gave it they made it Polo, and they were like, Marco Polo. But no, it was Mark Opolo. It was like the name. Because back then, you needed to have a name that would transcend, the language barrier between where I'm from and the East Indies. And when I went there, and they're like, what's your name? I was like, Mark. They're like, eh? I was like, Opolo. They're like, oh, Opolo. Which, if you knew anything, Opolo translated to I'm your friend. So he was Mark, I'm your friend when I went there, and because I had to bridge gaps. I had to be the one. I was there in the Silk Road. I'm there getting silk and stuff like that. When I brought it back, they were like, Mark. I know. Look, somebody had to do it. And look, you it's what happens. Sometimes you're there and things like that happen. You didn't realize I was Marcus Aurelius as well. It was Mark, and then they were like, it's Aurelius. I was like, yeah, I'll go with it. But look, somebody had to, bridge the gap in the Roman times as well. Throughout the history, I've been there. Yeah, I just kind of show up. And they're like, oh, it's Mark Jellin. Oh, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we should go through the timeline. I'll just make sure I point them all out to you. Or maybe you guys can help me with that as well. Oh, that's right, Mark. You came back as, you were here when, we just have to go through with the timeline and figure it out, people. This is how we work together on making a comedy show. Holy cow, Mark Jellin. How do we get there? How did we get to Mark Jellin? How did I get to Mark Jellin? Somebody tell me. Where is it? I'm looking. Guys, how did I jump to Mark Jellin? Where did the Magellan line come in? Oh my goodness, now I'm trying to figure out how that even came about. Can somebody tell me how where Magellan came from? Mark Jellin? I'll tell you what, that's why I love improvisation, because we wind up getting into something and finding something. Like Mark Jellin, that is a new comedy show, by the way. Yeah, Traveling the Friggin' Globe with Mark Jellin. It's 1542, and Mark Jellin is traveling the globe. Yeah, under Princess Elizabeth's orders. I'm on a ship, and I'm giving people orders. Like, look, Mark Jellin has something to say. Need you to sit down over there. Now get up. Sit back down. There you go. You just were Mark Jellin. Look, I'm sorry you got Mark Jellin. You didn't want to be Mark Jellin, but you got friggin' Mark Jellin. So, guys, we're going to do something here. I'm going to play you something, a little piece of music that should make you smile. This is crazy to me. So, I'm going to play these in order because they happen right in this order. I played this song right here. And as I finished this song, I broke a string because I was just jamming out, and I ripped up on the E string and broke the thing. And I said, I've never been able to play a song with a broken string. I just always put the guitar down. And I saw Bob Marley once who was playing, like he's smoking and he's got a guitar with a string missing. And I'm like, he looks like he's jamming. I'm like, how is he playing with this? I mean, like, why didn't he just get a string? But when you don't have a string, you just play. I think that's what it was, because I was down a string. I didn't have a string. And we wrote a song. So you're going to hear that. But first and foremost, this song happened. This is called Don't Breathe. Now, what's cool about Don't Breathe is, I don't know, it was like I had this thought about like, I don't know, like an alien type of thing. Like you're in a room, your house, and like an alien's coming to take you away type of thing. Like, I don't know anybody who's ever been taken up by aliens, but I just thought it was a cool concept, and I could write songs about anything, so we just went along with it.
This is the checkers game where grandson
I'm kind of excited
and granddad will bond.
So check this out. What's going on the next album? We don't always know if we're going to create something that is good enough to go on the album, but we come out here every day to create something. So. try to find my way back to the street. But every door I take leads me back to this room. Oh my goodness, I am so excited right now. I'm actually pretty certain that this is the first time I've been notified that somebody bought all 6 albums. Trish, you are amazing. Love you. Thank you so much. That is amazing of you. And that means a lot. Holy cow. I honestly love every song I dropped this year. There's actually a really cool version of Real Talk Family Jam on the first album. There's so many good songs in every album that it's hard to really pick and choose. So, we have Nothing Can Stop the Light, Winds of Change, Seeds of Tranquility. Oh, so many good songs in the first album. The second album is Empire Strikes Back, which was just fire. We had, we had Fade to Black, or what was it called? I feel like I should play you some of those songs. They're so good. But Trish, thank you so much. That means the world. And the songs you've heard, the last couple, these are all going on the July album. This one right here, I just want to share because I'm kind of surprised by this. I dropped this the other day on 4th of July. And guys, it got 1,403 views. Now, the crazy thing is 27 comments. That's good. But only 33 likes, so I didn't get a lot of likes, but a lot of views, which is cool. I don't know. I got to check the analytics on that one, actually, and see how much of the song people actually watched. But for some reason, it got play that day, probably because I said 4th of July, and it is the perfect song, I think, for the 4th of July. So I'm going to share that with you right now and see what you think. Let's see. This said... Let's just see how let's see, the first day it came at 50, and then the first, wow, it just jumped up after like the first 16 hours, 18 hours, it jumped up. Let's see how people reacted. Does it say? They listened to about 2.5 minutes of each of the song, which is actually not terrible because it's a 5-minute song. So that means they listened to at least half of it, most of them. Let's just listen to it together. I think this is one of the coolest songs because I wrote this with a broken string. This is the one I was telling you about. To me, this is one of the coolest moments for me just because I didn't know if it would be possible to write something that would be good enough to like really enjoy it. Mandate This was so good. You're right, NTC. That's on album 3, I think. This right here, guys, this is going to be maybe the title track of the album. I'm thinking Rise Up and Fight is a great name of an album, but I don't know. I have other songs like I Believe in You is a great name of an album too. And that song we heard tonight, woof. Oh, Trish, you rock. So when I remember Bob Marley, here's my story. Photo of Bob Marley, and he's got a string missing. And I was always like, how the freak is he playing? Like songs without the string, the string he needs, you know? And I don't know, you work with what you got, I guess. So right now I'm short a string. And the idea would be, can we play a song with one less string and see if it still sounds okay? One less string on the guitar. It's a vibration through me and you. And people don't know they're getting until they open their eyes and they start to see that the world's against you and me. Not on the surface, but behind the scenes, they're trying to bury you and me under a line. Their agenda's not good for you or for me, so fight back. Time to fight back. Time to fight back. To get up and go, to push against the tide. Don't get derailed. Their power is strong, but you're stronger if you dig deep down and you let it come to you. Nothing can stop what you got inside if you just connect to it. I swear they will run in fear. They will run and hide. They don't want what you can do. It's going to terrify them. So they hope if they bully you before you find it, that you'll fold, you'll give in, and you'll give away don't give in, don't give up this time. We only get this moment, and if we squander it, you'll do nothing but regret. So I got to fight back now, before it's too late. Yeah, it's time to fight back. Oh, what we can, before it all ends. We got to fight back. Fight back against the storm. I'll lead the way if I've got to. Cause nothing's gonna stop us, no. 9-13 in a row. We're just getting going, me and you. No, I'm not gonna stop. No, I'm not gonna, just gonna pour the gas on it. Yeah, it's time. It's time for us to rise up and fight. Rise up and fight. Rise up and fight. That, man, that's got some heat. That one there, that one's got some heat. Oh my goodness, does that one have some heat. Jim, how are you, my friend? Trish, again, I'm glowing here. Thank you so much for picking up all 6 albums. That is amazing. I'm so excited for you to tell me you got through them all. At some point in the next 6 months, you'll be like, I got through all 6. Because it's amazing. 78 songs is tough to get through, you know? Like, that's a lot of stuff to get through. Anna, I have a little game we're going to play right now. Okay, guys, this is my game. Anna pointed something out. I want to share a little something that I brought to the surface on day 200 and something. A smile has an energetic value that costs 0 to the currency holder. Yeah, it's currency. You hold it. You can buy things with it. Not really. But you can make people feel better. So, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to prove my theory. My theory is, again, that a smile has an energetic value. Let's see if it does. Let's prove the theory. Here's how it goes. We're going to play a staring game. It's basically a try not to smile game, okay? So here's the thing. Don't smile. If you smile, you lose. If you don't smile, you win. Okay, so here's how it works. Don't smile. Very simple. Are you ready? Here we go. I told you not to smile! But a smile has an energetic value. It costs 0 to the currency holder. So we need to give. As Anna asked and suggested in the chat there, you have to give your smile out. Because it can affect real change. The motto of this show from day one was to affect a positive change one person at a time. At some day in this 918-day journey, you were the person who was affected in a positive way and said, you know what, I enjoy this better than, not better than, but I enjoy this enough to come back. And that means a lot to me. I haven't had an idea of where we're going since day one, but the message has never been any different. We need to come together. All the songs speak about the same thing, and that in reaching within to find the greatest version of yourself. Everything I've done here has been, I guess, like a soul journey, trying to understand who we are. And it comes down to digging deep within self in order to find who you truly are. we're masked by a world. Everybody's talking about masks, but we're masked by the world. They're just telling us that it's about one thing when it's really not about anything but us coming together. There was a time, Future Mark would tell you this, but there was a time when people would help each other, and that's how they would get food. You went over and did something. Someone had needed a hand. You did this, and then they'd give you a few things, like, oh, here's some meat from my farm and some potatoes and whatever else for that thing you did. And you offered something too when they needed. You know what I mean? It's just like a barter system. It's like helping each other. We became so focused on making money and all the other things. Look, you need to. And you can't do anything in life if you don't have money. It's a reality. We all know it. Nobody in this world, unless you're born with it, we all experience the tough, parts of life. There's ups and downs, roller coaster. You know what I mean? And you have to be ready to take on everything. You do. You got to be ready to take it all on. But if you take it on with a smile, you're able to live in the moment a lot easier. The issue with not smiling is that when you're not smiling, it's because you're thinking about things that are not in the moment. Like the moment brings us to the smile, but every time we start thinking about, something from the day, or, for me, a property you're trying to lock a deal in on, or something, finding a new client to sell real estate to, or to sell a house, these are things your mind's focused on or fixated on, and it doesn't allow you to live in the moment. These are future and past curiosities that need to stop. I try my best, to not think too much about tomorrow as far as the distant future, because I don't know what we get. I don't know how many days I get, how many days you get. I know right now I'm at 918 in a row live for the world, but I don't know how many days I have in this world, on this planet. I do know I want to show up every day and explore the creativity within and continue to deliver stuff like we've been doing. Sid 45, Back to the Future Mark. Now we have Mark Jellin. Are you freaking kidding me? We're going to do a TV show called Mark Jellin. Traveling the globe. Yeah. Doing it like, are you kidding me? I got the ship. I'm going around the globe. Sir Francis Drake style. Magellan. Mark Jellin. They messed it up, history. History is, I got something to... Seriously? Like, I could go through the history books and point out everything that's been just kind of shifted in the wrong direction, or they got it wrong, or there was a guy taking down notes. Like, the Magellan. Magellan? Okay, cool. No, he didn't say Magellan. Why don't you take the wax out of your ears next time? He said Mark Jellin. And you wrote down Magellan, and now they made freaking GPSs with the wrong name on it. Magellan. No. The guy, I was in the room, I just couldn't say anything. He said Mark Jellin. And you go, Magellan? And you wrote down Magellan. You screwed me out of history. But you know what? Look, I came, I showed back up lots of times. I keep showing up. Future marked. You get future marked. I'm not sure also, this is one that is kind of a rare, like, little... footnote in history. Just again, 2769. But if you look back in the past, this is one that you're like, 2008. There's a financial crisis. Not as bad as 1929, the one I told you about yesterday that you had no idea is coming. That you have to go in the past to review and then prove future Mark was right. But the one 2008, 2007, 2008. That was a bad one. Yeah. And just be prepared. Yeah. I want you to know it's coming. So, you're going to be like, oh, you're ready. No. Fake news. You got to go back and time machine it. Go back and time machine it. And check out 2008. Oh, look at the news. It's Mutiny on the Bounty. Mutiny on the Bounty. You didn't know it was Mutiny on the Bounty style? You got Mutiny on Bounty. That's what happened. You got Mutiny on the Bounty. You didn't want to get involved in a pyramid scheme, but you hung out with Madoff. He was like your best friend. You're like, Mr. Madoff, can I give you my money? You seem to continue to make money when nobody else is. Yeah, sure, kid, give it to me. You got Madoffed. You got Madoffed, and I did my best to try to alert you. But look, you want to do your own thing. I think I can beat the system. I'll get out before he loses it all. You needed to be Future Mark in order to get ahead of that one. Yeah, no, you're like sitting on the sideline now, like licking your wounds. Sometimes I wonder, like, I'm a genius. Everybody else is stupid. Really? You think that's what's going on? Like, everybody's smart around you. I want you to understand that. When you're sitting across from someone and they think that you're dumb, you should either look back and go, or you go, I know what the hell you're talking about, right? Like, I can see through you. You're not smarter than me. We all have this thing called intuition. We can tell when someone's a creeper. Boop, boop, like you. I'm smarter than you, Mark. I'm going to throw one over your head and under your feet. How dare you? You're throwing it under my feet? I'm doing a hoverboard style. You put it under my feet. How dare you? I can't figure you out. Oh, my goodness. So, that's what we get going every once in a while. Some silliness happens on the show, and then we're like, yippity yap. I hope you guys know I've been dropping podcasts. So if you have an interest in driving around and listening to a friggin' podcast, I can guarantee you one thing. You're going to have a good time. That's all I can say. You're going to have a freaking good time. I'm going to play you guys a little something. I'm really into the Back to the Future series just because I think it's crazy. And it started off as something silly where I didn't expect it to turn into a series, but every single series that we have, I never expect to turn into a series. We just do one episode, and then all of a sudden it turns into 4 or 5. Like, when do we start doing Mark Jellin? No. You're not going to start Mark Jellin tonight? I'm on the ship. Oh, we're on our way to Greenland, looking for Eric the Red's body. Yeah, no, they have he was a giant. Everyone's like, he was just a regular guy. No, he was like 17 feet 4 inches tall. Taller than Wayne Doppler. Yeah. Eric the Red Giant. You didn't know? Oh, Kevin Fugel, my buddy. How are you, pal? I'm going to share something with you guys. Mark Opolo. Yeah, Mark Opolo is my other identity. Don't forget that. And then, of course, Mark Jellin. I will be navigating the globe as Mark Jellin in 2021. Look, we're doing a world tour. You can't do a world tour Mark Jellin style? Look, I got on the ship. I threw anchor. We just dragged we trudged the ocean. The ocean blue. We trudged the ocean blue on the way to America. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I'm skipperooed through in it. I'm going to do. I went around. I did this Canada tour, and I was just throwing roses off the friggin' ship as people were waving. Hey, it's Mark Jellin. I was the one who created this. Everybody's like, where did that wave come from that all of the princesses do it, all of the kings and the... Mark Jellin. They got Mark Jellin. Mark Jellin used to be on the sideline going like this, oh, hello, everybody. And then I had all of my servants throwing the roses and the flowers at people. If we didn't like anybody, we threw rice balls at them. Some people were rude. They were like, oh, Mark Jellin, why didn't you give me a job on your ship? And I had a pretty good knuckleball. I would throw a knuckleball at them with rice. When you hit them in the head with rice, it breaks into pieces. And it was the perfect weapon, actually, at the time. Now we do other things, hacky sacks, snowballs, whatever, but look, Mark Jellin on the friggin' boat. I'm there doing my thing. You want to be like a ship, a shipmate? You want to be on a shipmate? Mark Jellin's ship? I'm there trying to navigate the globe. Can I go there and clean the deck? Yeah, go swab the deck, bud. What are you doing? You came on the ship? Mark Jellin, can I be a part of the exploration? Are you kidding me? Yeah, we need somebody to clean the toilet out. Go and clean the toilet. What are we doing? Mark Jellin style. I'm just telling you, when you get to the future and you realize, because it happens in the year 2162, they realize that history was a fake, and that it wasn't Magellan, and that it was Mark Jellin. Because, again, time travel becomes real and a thing, and people are like, I want to time travel. No, you can't time travel. Just a select group of people. Mark Jellin. I mean, future Mark. Whatever you want to call me, because I'm again, I come back many times. Mark Aurelius. I was Mark Aurelius. And when people were like, oh, yeah, Caesar, I'm like, no, Marcus Aurelius. That was me. All over time, really. I was like the time bandit. Every time there was a good thing that happened, or somebody like tried to bring us towards the positivity, bring us together, you got Mark Jellin. Future marked. Yeah. Look, when you got a friggin' boat, and you're navigating the globe, world tour style, you know, it's just something you got to be proud of and excited about, really. Like, yeah, I'm going on that world tour. I can't wait to throw roses and a couple of rice balls at those jerky people at pier. I'm like, when I pull up to the pier, when I'm like, oh, maybe we have to stop to get some goods, you know, like this guy has the friggin' gout or whatever's the thing that they used to have, scurvy. This guy over here has scurvy. He's scurvying it. Excuse me. Don't come near Mark Jellin with your darn scurvy. All right. I'm not interested in scurvy. All right. I'm going to eat some freaking oranges. I'll see you later. You're not doing well. No oranges for you, shipmate. You're sitting there. You're swabbing the deck. No oranges. Scurvied up. I'm sorry. Mark Jellin needs the oranges and the lemons to keep away from the scurvy. But you shouldn't have asked for that job on the boat. Hey, Mark Jellin, could I have a boat? I want to be on the ride with you. I want to explore. You're exploring scurvy right now. I'm just letting you know. The thing you are exploring is the sickness called scurvy. Oh, you wanted to see some treasures? How's that one for a treasure? I don't think you're enjoying it, but look, that's on you. Hey, Mark Jellin, you came to me. You don't remember that one? I'm there on the ship, ready to go, throwing I threw a rice ball at your father. He was a jerk. And then you're like, I got to get away from him. Can I come on the ship and do my part in order to be a part of the exploration? Yeah, swabbing it. Now you're over there scurvied up. How's it doing? You starting to turn green, yellow, and orange yet? Like, I don't even know what happens with scurvy, but I do know you got it. Yeah. Look, Godfrey, you shouldn't have made such a big deal out of it. You shouldn't have nimma-nimmed. If you didn't nimma-nimma, you would not be sitting there with scurvy number 2. I think there may be a 2. I'm not sure. It may be scurvy 1, maybe scurvy 2. But you got number 2. You got the number 2 version. It's like worse somehow. It's the variant. You got the 2 variant. He's sitting there scurvy number 2 variant 69471. I want a job on the ship. I'll swab the deck. Yeah. Don't come near me. Nobody wants to swab you with that silly, weird thing you got going on. Scurvy. Yeah. I've got a dozen oranges. A dozen. I think I only need 1 in order to stay away from scurvy. I got a friggin' dozen. Yeah, enjoy that swabbing and the scurvy. I'm going to go and cut up some citrus and make some fruit water as well. I may throw a couple extras off the deck just for the fish. Because you know we need to fish and get fish for me. I got to eat, Mark Jellin. You guys, you know, you get the scraps. You get the bones that have a little bit of fish left over. Oh, Mark Jellin didn't eat it all. He left a little tiny piece for us. I did. I left you a little bit so you can get nourished. You're there swabbing the deck. I can't have you passing out and dying on the deck. Then we have to swab you off the deck and push you off into the freaking ocean. And you wanted the job. Mark Jellin, can I come on the ship? You came on the ship, scurvied out, died on the deck. We had to swab you off the deck. It was just another day with Mark Jellin. That's the name of this the tour around the world. Just another day with Mark Jellin. We're just on the seas. It's just another day with Mark Jellin. That's right. Today we have a new shipmate decided to come on and ask Mark Jellin for a job. What would you like to do, kid? Anything. I just got to get away from my dad. Okay, sure. You could swab the deck. Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll do anything. Okay, you may have to die because scurvy's a thing. And you got to get away from your daddy. So come on the ship. A couple weeks later, I'm sorry. You should have thought a little bit more before taking the job of death captain. You became death captain. You're not there anymore. You came on. You're like, I'm away from it. Now you're gone. Like, you could have just dealt with your dad. You'd still be here. You know, like, that's on you, little guy. No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about another guy. You heard that whole thing. No. Seriously, I wasn't talking about you. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Everybody gets better from scurvy. No, I don't really have more citrus than I need. I need all 12. I saw my doctor. Doctor said, Mark Jellin, you need to eat a 12-pack of oranges in order to stay scurvyless. I said, well, what about if I give one to the guy on the ship who just got on board and now is suffering from scurvy? Would that be okay? And the doctor said, nope, let him die. I'm sorry, buddy. Not you, though. It's another guy. But that's what happens. You get scurvied out. Mark Jellin, I gotta stay. I gotta be able to, wormhole it. You want me to be like, oh, look, I'm up here by Antarctica. I'm up here by Greenland. I'm going to Canada. But you know what? Let's just stop here. I gotta get to Canada. I gotta get to the vortex. I gotta find my way back through time because I can't stand being Mark Jellin anymore. I dropped off the ship. I got another guy to come on, and he played Mark Jellin for the rest of the trip. You didn't know that, Dread Pirate Roberts? You didn't know I was Dread Pirate Roberts? I was Dread Pires Roberts. Dread Pires Roberts was all over the ocean. The ocean blue. And each time there was a new Dread Pires Roberts, that people would be like, oh, and they would, like, the real Dread Pires Roberts would be like, oh, I'm the shipmate. And then he would pretend that that's the real Dread Pires Roberts. And then that person would become me. I'd be like, look, I'm taking a break. I don't want to be Dread Pires Roberts anymore. Look, when you're in Princess Bride and you all of a sudden have a Dread Pires Roberts situation going on, you got to deal with it. Because never match wits with a Sicilian when death is on the line. When that happens, death's on the line. Andre the Giant comes out of nowhere. And Dread Pires Roberts, like nobody expected. You got Mark Jellin, Dread Pires Roberts. Everybody's like, no, Dread Pirate Roberts. No. Again. Taking away the credit for the future, Mark. Dread Pires Roberts. I hope that I cleared up some stuff for you now. I hope you understand exactly what's going on. Because I don't know what's going on at all. Holy cow, guys. Dread Pires Roberts? Oh, my goodness. Mark Jellin at Yellowstone. Kevin, you're hilarious. So, guys, this is something we need right now. There's a little future, Mark. I'm playing it for you. But that right there is going to be a bit. Mark Jellin. Tomorrow, I have to download this, and I don't know when I'm dropping it, but Mark Jellin's a thing. First episode was just
the rocket
pretending.
equation. It's a beautiful thing.
Is it?
No astronaut.
Oh, right,
you're not... we have an R2-D2 over here.
Yeah, we do.
Right? I mean, in the future, we all have an R2-D2. I mean, it's just what's going down. Some people have a C-3PO. I got an R2-D2. Anyway, so I just wanted to share with you a couple of things and answer some questions. So CW94 at your service, the only real time traveler. Everybody else out there, fake time travelers. They're all like, oh, this, that. I predicted Tom Brady's 34th Super Bowl win, 76 years old, throwing tight spirals. That was me. What did this other time traveler say? Oh, yeah, well, the Brewers. The Brewers? Are you kidding me? The Brewers, they don't do anything until 2121. Yeah, another 100 years till the Brewers do something. Anyway, so bottom line is this, and we're now today in the year 2021. I'm not sure if you guys saw the first video of me from 2018, my first predictions, the Tom Brady. He's now up to 6 or 7, I think. I'm trying to remember where we are, but he's up to a lot of Super Bowls. So anyway, let's get to the questions. We're going to see what we have over here. I'm going to scroll back a little. I was able to log in through my Restream system here in 2769. Yeah, we have like a time portal connection to the year 2021. Okay, so here's a question that came through. Bradley said, who is the real future man? Well, I'm sitting right in front of you. I'm the only person who has come from the future, back in the future, telecasting to you in the past, right now. You know, you can send me messages to, again, we're working galactically here. Bottom line is, let's get to the next question. But yeah, I'm the true future man, Bradley. No other people out there that are real future men, just fake men pretending to be from the future. And they all, if for some reason, they go in like the dark, well, they're really dark. What are they? They're like, in the future, it's going to be very, very scary because the buildings are going to explode. Yeah, that happens so many times in the next 700 years. I mean, the amount of times the city just explodes and then it's just rebuilt. The next 700 years, 4 times, okay? So don't act like it's a big deal when some time traveler says, yeah, well, this is going to happen. It all happens. There's like 7 people left on the entire planet. I got all this to myself and R2-D2 over here. Hey, R2, can you do me a favor? Grab me a Arnold Palmer. Do you guys know what that is? Oh yeah, that's right. You knew who he was. Arnold Palmers. Yeah, they're great. We drink them here in 2769. They're fantastic. Let's see what our next question is here. Oh, the Moment of Truth said, hey, future man, do you use biotech? Are you trans? Well, in the future moment, we have both. So you call it however you will. We make our own babies within. It's kind of a cool thing. Not really at the same time. Male and female. Jamie Lee Curtis. Anyway, listen, we're moving forward. What else do we have over here? Sid said, hey, future man, do you still play basketball in the future? Or is it like super basketball with hover shoes? Good question, Sid. There's actually 2 leagues now. So yeah, we still have the NWA. That was a rap group from the 1980s. I don't know if you guys, yeah, that was your timing. But yeah, they play basketball still, NBA, NCAA, but they also have the NHBA and the NHCAA, which is the National Hoverboard Association. And that's a basketball thing. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, you're right, Sid, they have them both hovering all over the place. The greatest player on the Hover Basketball League, this guy is pretty unbelievable. His name is Skeeter Jones. Yeah, Skeeter Jones. Man, I'll tell you, Skeeter Jones, when you see him hovering around with that basketball, you're like, how is he doing it? Oh, that's right, he's hovering. You know, there was a guy back in the day, you guys, or Michael Jordan, you know, he would actually float through the air, where what we did is designed our hoverboards to have the same hang time as Michael Jordan. Naturally, several people, Skeeter Jones, wound up modifying their hoverboards, and all of a sudden they're keeping air a lot more than others. You know, they're not kicking the ground to get that push, and then, you know, they had to do an ollie in order to get up in the air. They kick off the ground in order to get up in the air. But now some of these people like Skeeter Jones, they have figured out a couple of tricks. They got a couple tricks up their sleeves. Anyway, let's move forward, Sid. Thank you for asking that question, though. The hover shoes and the Hover Basketball League, it's actually one of my favorite leagues. Now, don't let me get started on Hover Baseball. Anyway, what do we got next over here? R2, how many clones do I have out there right now? R2, why don't you have that information? I'm always asking him, and he's just like, I don't even know what that means. I never got the translator to also include R2-D2 language. I got everything else. Sid said, Future Man, do they still use boats in the future, or do hover ships do the fishing? That is a very good question. You still have a lot of people from the Philippines using boats. Philippines is still there. And again, there's very few people. I say 7, but that's just where I am. There's probably like tons of people in the Philippines. In fact, I think I saw a video recently of a village in the Philippines, and yep, they're still using boats there. But here, no, we do hover boats. What else do we have? Let's see. Future Man. See, there's a hover boat right behind us. You see it right now? It's going by. It's going to pick up a couple of fish on the way. Are you dropping a line back there? I wanted really. Next time R2 comes by, see if you can ask him. Oh, here's another good one right here. Oh, Sid gets 2 in a row over here. Sid said, Future Man, do they have auto dry clothes like the movie Back to the Future? Yeah, that happens in like 15 years. So I'm talking about 2036. You get auto dry clothes. And it's pretty cool. The inventor, I don't want to let it loose. He's got a talk show. And bottom line is he's been live like really a lot of days in a row. And that guy winds up one day creating this thing, and it's just like you push a button and it, all of a sudden you're dry. Yeah, kind of crazy. But you know, you're gonna have to search to find that guy. I'm not gonna tell you his name. No. What else do we have over here? Oh, Bradley says, CW94, does humanity actually migrate to Mars? Well, that is a good question. They try. Yeah, no, they try to, unsuccessfully. Elon Musk, he took the rocket there. He got off and he never came back. And he never sent the ships back. No, they never wanted to go after him. R2, why didn't they go after Elon Musk? Do you remember the story behind that? Oh, R2 said they were kind of sick of him. I guess he was making everybody look bad, inventing everything. And you know, anyway, he went to Mars, and they just left him there. I guess, you know, like I have gone myself and traveled there because we have intergalactic travel. And I've gone there before and I've seen his pad. He's got a really nice setup. I'm talking about like 7,437,000 square feet living space, the quarters he's living in. Unfortunately, he has to pay rent to a guy who owns Mars. You guys don't know about this. There's somebody else who owns Mars. Yeah, his name is Mark. He was kind of marooned there on Mars. I forget the full story. Something like he was a news reporter and he gets stuck on the rocket ship from Elon Musk. This is why he really made him pay back in the future. Elon Musk sends a rocket ship, SpaceX, to Mars. This guy Mark gets stuck on the ship while he's reporting. Oh, more at 6, up in the air. He all of a sudden gets dropped off on Mars, finds out there's plenty of oxygen to breathe on Mars. You find that out too. And so basically he goes there and he's trying to, you know, to somehow survive on the planet. Elon Musk shows up. He says, hey, you want to come here? You want that land? Guess what? You owe me rent each month. Elon Musk was happy to do it. So I think he's broke by now. And the guy Mark has all the money. Of course, he can't come back because Elon Musk dismantled the rocket once he got there. He didn't want anybody to come back. Apparently, he was like, look, I'm not letting anybody go back to Earth. I'm going to stay here forever. And they stayed there forever, Elon Musk. He and his baby, they can never pronounce his name, the baby's name. It was like 7. But still, that's in the books. That one's in the historical journals. Like, what the freak was Elon Musk's kid's name? We still don't know. We're like, oh, it's a freaking mathematical equation. Okay, that made sense. We just started to call her Goodwill Hunting. We're like, whatever, bud. Like, okay, yeah, the freaking Mozart of math over there. Anyway, so Elon Musk decides to just kind of put the kibosh on Mars. I hope that answered your question there. Bradley, thank you for that one. I appreciate CW94 really appreciates that question. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Robert has a great one. Robert said, hey, Future Man, what was first, the chicken or the egg? That's a trick question. They were actually manufactured by a scientist and left here. So it was the chicken, and it was actually left here inseminated. So that chicken had babies the first week, and that was the beginning. And that wasn't just the chicken, that was everything, including you. Yeah, that's right. You're not originally born from a mother. You were born in a freaking petri dish. Not you, but your great I can't do that. It just keep going, and then eventually you're like, grandfather was the first, and from there they made a little baby Roo, and before you know it, time keeps on slipping into the future, future man. I'm there with them. Yeah, it was crazy. So I mean, look, hopefully that answers your question. So anyway, what do we have here? R2, you know, he doesn't have any respect. I mean, seriously, I rescued him from the junkyard. They're about to throw him in a pit, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I can use an R2. I'll pay you for that guy, $17. I gave him $17. I'm grabbing R2. He's like, no respect. I saved you, you pile of junk, before they threw you in the garbage trash heap container. And you, that's the respect you show me, R2? I just don't think I can handle him anymore. I'm looking for a C3. I'm looking for a C3PO. I think I have to look for a C3PO because R2 is just not doing the job. Anyway, what else do we have for questions here? What about the Jetsons? Terry's asking about the Jetsons. Great show from the 1970s and 80s. And we used to love Rosie from the show The Jetsons. But in the future, it's a little bit different. We don't really have a Spacely Sprockets. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, R2 is supposed to serve my drinks for me. Does he serve my drinks? I mean, you heard me ask for a freaking Arnold Palmer. That was 9 minutes ago. He walked past me afterwards without bringing me that Arnold Palmer. I'll tell you what. Let's see if he brings it next time he comes by. He's always just walking by. I'm like, what are you doing? Where's my freaking Arnold Palmer? If you don't know, it's a half lemonade, half iced tea. Delicious. Make sure you get a sweetened one, though. You don't want to go unsweetened. No good. All right, so let's see what else we have over here. Any other questions? Robert said, is the upcoming Blue Origin space launch actually a cover story for Bezos' fake death? That is also a very good question. The conspiracy theorists and the conspiracy theories were abound on the Bezos trip, and he did get stuck out there for a few days. But no, they made it back. It was okay. He got back okay. And you know, the one thing I would say about Bezos is he had himself cryogenically frozen. I don't know if you realize that. And then they woke him up in the year 2216. They figure out cryogenics, and they're like, "Hey, let's bring the first. Hey, R2, let me ask you a question. Where is my friggin' Arnold Palmer, huh? R2, R2. That's it. I'm getting rid of him. 2216. The crazy thing about this is, you know who they brought back first? Yeah, Robert Stack. I know, it's crazy. They were like, should we bring back Bezos? Like, no, too high profile. Should we bring back Ted Williams? Like, no, the head the size of a mountain. Let's leave that one in the double ice freezer chest. What about, and this is when they're like, what about Robert Stack? And I'm like, who? And like, you know, the guy from Unsolved Mysteries. And like, 2116. They wake him up. They're like, hey, Robert, listen, we got to have you come back, but you got to do another Unsolved Mysteries. You got to look back in the past, year 21, 22, whatever the hell year we are right now, 2021, and say, it's 2021, and the facts are true. Everyone's taking it on the next Unsolved Mysteries. Stack comes back. As soon as they get Stack back, they're like, we can go for Bezos. Bezos comes back. He starts Amazon too. It's a really new thing where they actually start selling humans. We're not going to get into that one. It makes them look better than it really does. The times change. Okay, the times change. It's like when you used to have, this is a horrible time in the history of man, but they used to have slavery, still do in different parts of the world. But they had slavery. Moved past that. We graduated to respecting each other until they had that issue that you guys were living through. But in general, respect became a thing. I don't know. I'm not sure what else I can say about that. Anyway, let's answer some more questions here. Bezos actually winds up coming back stronger than ever in the year 2216. And again, Amazon 2, look it up. In the year you're gonna have to wait. In the year 2216, Google search Amazon 2, and then I will be proven the time traveler. I mean, look, every time I can prove to you that I am the only real time traveler, I will do so. So remember in the year 2216 to check that out. And you'll be like, oh, he was right. Let's see what else is next here. Has anything evolved since our time? They keep telling us evolution is real. So there should be things that have evolved. If it is, no, a bunch of crap. They find out that Darwin was just a crazy quackadoo in the year 2117. Crazy story behind that. I'll save that one for the next time, but just remind me about the Darwin story. He was a Satanist. Anyway, we'll get into that one in the future. Next one is, let's see what we have here. They tell us ad nauseum, so many hidden findings were the archival archaeologists on our own. I think Vance was asking about if there really was anything hidden under the Sphinx. Or was there anything under the Great Pyramid? Yes, there was a UFO under the fist of the Great Sphinx. And in the Hall of Records, all of the information about aliens, the future, and about the past were in there. Yeah, if you don't know who Thoth was, Thoth set us all up, and we just didn't get there for a very long time. But that does happen. It actually happens in your lifetime. Yeah, I'm talking 2062. Thoth. All of his information. I mean, it's amazing that they wait 40 more years. They know it's there. They did a ground penetrating scan, radar, and they saw it under the fist. They saw something in the pyramid, and they weren't willing to go check. Yeah, I mean, are you kidding me? I didn't understand that one. What else do we have for questions here? Oh, R2, listen, they're asking me what planet I'm on. We are on the planet Earth right now. Yeah, this is the future. I'm currently in a little town called Margaritaville. I told you, this is actually the old Yonkers, New York. And we set it up here. But yeah, Yonkers turns into Margaritaville in, I think it's 2316. And then all of a sudden, I've been here. They set this place up like pimp. You see in the background over there, a couple waterfalls. Yeah, that worked out as almost like a pet project at first. And it was a great grandchild of, coincidentally, the Bezos family. And they were like, I want to have waterfalls everywhere. So they did it. Eventually, it was donated to the town of Margaritaville. And now we have it as our backdrop, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you know, that's the actual new town hall. And so, yeah, you know, I actually am also the governor, the mayor, and the bishop of the town clergy. So we do all those things here. And I'm running for president as soon as they bring me back. And they're like, look, you can come back and stay. I'm running for president. Yeah, because I think I could do a good job representing the people of Margaritaville. But for now, I'll take governor, I'll take steward as well. Occasionally I'll steward. I'll do what I have to in order to help the people. Anyway, let's see what other questions we have. Oh, this is an interesting one. Vance said, Mr. Futureman, will the sky become a billboard? No, that doesn't ever happen. But what they do is actually while you're driving, billboards pop out in your face because it's all run by auto taxis. That's basically what it is. You have a driver. You can't drive anymore. You could be like, I like to drive. Sorry, you don't get to drive anymore. Everything's automated. So when you're sitting in your car, the billboards are in your face. They literally pop all over your screens, all over your vehicle. It's a ship. And in that ship, you're looking, and on this one you see, oh, by Menon. And it just doesn't let you go. Everywhere you go, you see speed stick, and you're just like, what is going on over here? So just be prepared for that one. What else do we have over here? Oh, Bradley said, can you get an espresso? Absolutely, you can get an espresso, just not from R2 friggin' D2. He just doesn't do anything for me. I don't get it. Sid, thank you on the Robert Stack. I appreciate it. Are there any more questions that I can answer before we call it episode 2 of I'm from the year 2769, here to warn you of upcoming events? R2, do me a favor real quick. Get me that freaking Arnold Palmer. R2, I'm serious now. If you don't come back here right now with that Arnold Palmer, I'm calling the junkyard again. R2. R2. Damn. I gotta get rid of him. I got rid of him. I need a robot that listens to me. I thought robots listen. Not freaking R2-D2. You know what it is? I'm kicking back. Yeah, I'm a time traveler. But he had freaking Luke Skywalker with him. So now he's like, this is not fun. Get me an Arnold Palmer. I don't care about what's fun. You're a robot. I want Arnold Palmer. I'm here answering questions. I'm doing a live Q&A here with the past. I'm in the future. And you can't bring me an Arnold Palmer. Keep going by. What the heck is going on with that? I'm fed up with R2-D2. I had another option too. I saw they had like they had the other robot with the red head and the big googly eyes. I looked away because the googly eyes. I didn't like the googly eyes. Stupid looking thing. It looked like a Solo cup on its head, two big white eyes. It said something like that. It said, "Take me home." I said, "Screw, take you home? I'm going with R2-D2." Only to find out that R2-D2 has no respect. Yeah, he's just like walking around, doesn't even give a crap. Just does whatever he wants. I don't even know what he's doing. I'm waiting for a hologram to pop up and say, "Oh, hey, future man Phil, you're our only hope." Oh, this is a very, very good question that comes. Oh, R2! Arnold Palmer! Oh, we're leaving the final question for Jacqueline Grace. Jacqueline Grace asked Future Mark, will Sonny the Fists ever put down the coffee cup? Unfortunately, Sonny the Fists passes away in the year 2092. He lives to a ripe old age of 162. He's one of the first that lives beyond 130. After he passes, they try to separate his fists and they put him into two museums. They couldn't fit both in the same museum. They had to take a couple city blocks just for one. So what they did is they designed, this is a very interesting thing. I look forward to you guys seeing this one. This is the end of your century coming up. They designed a double museum situation where Sonny is in the middle. You can drive underneath Sonny. So you're going down Fifth Avenue, right? And as you're driving, you see Sonny the Fists with his stupid Yankee cap. There, they have him encased in glass. And he's almost like a saint where he never deteriorates. His skin stays perfect. Maybe it's all the coffee you drink over the years. I don't know. But you see him encased in glass. You're driving under Sonny the Fists. One fist in this museum. The other fist, the other museum. People go and they spend $80 to go and see his fists. They have to pay $80 per museum. Oh, I saw the right one last week. So yeah. And he eventually puts the cough cup down because he dies. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Now I see you guys are going to say that I'm not a time traveler because I forgot the most important fact. The reason they pay for each fist is because he's got the cough cup still in his right fist. So you go see the left fist first. They have you in order. Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2. So you got to go, hey R2, how much does it cost these days to go see Sonny the Fists in 2007, 16? Hey, no, R2, how much does it cost to go see him? I can't do anything out of R2. I'm pretty sure now if you want to go see Sonny the Fists now, it's something like $3 million per fist. I told you need to have trillions to do anything 2769. But $3 million, you get to see the double fist situation. Oh, I'm sorry, 6, 3, and 3. That's on you. So he's got this coffee cup in the right hand still. So just remember that this program in its entirety is brought to you by Manon.
Future Mark. Gosh almighty. So that was before we came up with the name Future Mark, and that wasn't me. Who gets credit for that again, guys? I think it was Moment. Someone said, Wolfie, good to see you, bud. Someone said, Future Mark. Let me ask you a question, and that's when we were like, holy cow. Future Mark? Now we got Mark Jellin. Like, I can't believe all the craziness that we're doing here. Of course I can. We do it every day. Wolfie, so good to see you, buddy. I am about wrapping this up. It's 12:15. It's been a 2-hour show. And you had an Arnold Palmer today. That's hilarious, Sub-Zero. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see if I can play you something to wrap us up here. I got a little something to wind us down. Let's see. I could play you the stress reliever that is quite lovely. But let's play you something you'll remember. You only get one moment. You know what? Time slips away is much better for this moment right now, guys. This will wind us down a bit and it'd be something for you to take into the evening. It's called Time Slips Away. This is on album 6. If you guys want to follow the Trish Killian method of picking up all 6 albums on any platform, Amazon, Tidal, iTunes, you support the show. Check this beauty out.
Time slips through our hands. You can get it back. It takes lullaby, sands and hourglass, dropping down, no coming home alone. You got one day, you better stay. I'll make something happen. You can't give up, no. The time keeps slipping by my every moment. Oh, why are we all here? Why are we all living in fear? Lies so large, it's global, and we're standing back and watching a crazy world that functions regularly. And I stand here and I think to myself, maybe I'm the one who's crazy. Am I feeling so pleased because I see it for what it really is? No, you can't lie to me. I'm already awake. Yeah, I'm already awake. Now you can't put me back to sleep. No, I see what you're trying to do to sidetrack me, and I ain't letting it work. No. I ain't letting you work on me, no. Time slips on by, yeah. Oh, I wonder why society stands by, trying to find some sort of enjoyment in their 5.8 inch screen. They can't seem to understand that life's all around them. We're so absorbed with the hate, it's driving us in the wrong direction. Need to be coming together and not dividing like they want. Don't you want to fight back? And don't you want to fight back? Don't you want to fight back? Don't you want to fight back? Can't let them win. Yeah, trying to drive us down, leveling time. Can't ever let them do. Slaves on by every moment. One time, time keeps slipping by. Slipping by. Slips on. Moment is the moment, the moment, the moment. Don't give you away, don't give the moment, every moment. No time keeps floating by. Oh, can't stop it, no, it's flowing here and there. I see the gray hairs are coming in, there's no stopping it. Father time is coming, pushing you forward through these days. And you can't rewind, no, you can't stop time, no, you can't go back, you can't replay it, no, you got to soul forward. You got to find a moment, you got a few left, don't let them go, don't let them go. Somebody every moment. Oh, dun 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 da dun 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 da dun dun. Time floats on by, no stopping it, no questioning why, no, you can't stop it, no, you gotta let it go, let your soul go, you gotta find a smile, don't you know it's what's important, and nothing left. So, then take a deep breath. Every moment.
Oh, guys, I had to add the little vocal in the background there. Another great show. Lots of comedy tonight. Woof. Mark Jellin. Ha! I may drop this as a podcast. We're on a roll with podcasts here. So,
Anna, Cheryl, Jason, Sig, Sub-Zero Carrie, Wolfie. Love seeing you guys. I got a cough. Hold on. It happens sometimes. I told you the other day I thought I had maybe the bad thing, but no, it's not. I don't think. I don't know. If it is, I didn't have it bad. I don't think I have it. But Alex, appreciate you, buddy. Tomorrow, we do it all over again. For day 919 in a row. Woo! So until then, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
You got to go away. Go away right now.
You got to go away.
You got to go away.